Congratulations traders, VIP members on gold on Friday. Beautiful move from the buy signal. Just make sure that the price remains into a market structure and moves up above the blue line. There's 349 pips. Congratulations. Just make sure everything's green and that the oscillator is moving up. Do not enter when the price has done this. This is on entry point. Enter here when you get the buy signal, and this is in neutral, and this is all green. Congratulations traders on the advanced pro charts and the reversal system, a buying power of 80 on oil, and a beautiful move here, 333 pips. Congratulations on Bitcoin last week, sell power of 76. Very, very strong, powerful signal from the reversal charts. On the 4-hour chart, a beautiful move, 4,667 pips. Looks like it's going to be a buying signal coming up on Monday. Congratulations on the pound USD last week. VIP members, a beautiful move down, a continuation pattern on pound USD. Beautiful move, 133 pips. So you're looking for the price to come into the red zone. Very simple, very straightforward, or into the buy zone. Let's just change that color. So you're looking for this to come into here for a buy, or into here for a sell on the advanced pro charts. This is a continuation pattern. Look out for price cycle, which is really important. Understanding price cycle will get you into a move much earlier. We give you much more profits. Congratulations. At the moment we are long, heading for 135.06, and beautiful move on a reversal situation. Congratulations on the US Swiss, a continuation pattern, and the price bounced off demand and headed for target. Not many pips, but nice profit nonetheless. 2.78 times risk to reward. Hi everybody, my name is Chris from thetradingmentors.com. I've been trading for 35 years. I want to share you my ideas on the weekly Forex forecast for the 29th of September. Don't forget we've got non-farm payroll this week, so that means that the dollar towards Friday tends to drift and has no volume in it until after the news at 1:30 on Friday. So let's just look at the positions we've got open in the VIP room. We've got the pound USD. We've got a buy signal off of major support here on very high demand of 82%. So very, very strong, heading for 135.06. Once I've gone through these, I'll then go into the markets and give you my analysis into next week. The Aussie USD is a continuation pattern, so we do expect this to continue. However, there are some caveats, which I will go over in the next few minutes, and looking for a buy signal down here. But nonetheless in profit and doing okay. The New Zealand yen is going against us slightly, but we've got a very strong situation here. Can't see what number that is. It looks like 77% chance of going higher. What else we got? We've got the pound Aussie, which is going up very, very slowly, but nonetheless in profit. Euro Canadian, pretty flat at the moment, heading for 162. Pound Swiss being very stubborn, but hitting major demand, so it's still valid as far as our trading strategy is concerned. So we do expect this price to go up into the next few days. Canadian yen looking okay. Everything's drifting at the moment, but nonetheless this should hit target into Monday or Tuesday. So let's go into the markets and see what's going on. I'm delighted to welcome you to the weekly Forex forecast. And so let's go into the markets. Using the 4-hour chart, we sometimes go into the daily chart just to give us a long-term perspective. For those who don't know, we have a reversal and a continuation pattern system on the advanced pro charts. This is the DXY. And as we can see, there's a few things going on here. The price is hit a major resistance level, supply zone with a 76% chance of going down. So we do expect weakness into next week for the dollar. As I mentioned, the non-farm payroll may have an impact on that. Now the weaker dollar will drive the euro dollar and the pound USD, Aussie USD, New Zealand USD up, US yen up, US Canadian up, US Canadian US yen down, US Canadian down, US Swiss down. So that's how it works, the weaker dollar, if it continues. So the weaker dollar will drive this position on the pound USD to 135.06 probably as soon as Monday. So look out for that. That will hit target. Conversely, we do have a continuation pattern here on the Aussie USD. I don't have my tools all open, but the red zone is in play. And as long as the price holds on to this market structure, then we'll hold the position. One thing we can do is use this tool here, which is part of the advanced pro charts, to tell us when the price is highly likely to reverse. And there's a 28.3% chance of it going up. So it's very, very low at the moment. That can change during the week, of course. Now the New Zealand USD is looking strong for a buy if dollar goes weak, and this situation is not valid as far as a trade is concerned because we don't have any demand area. The demand area is down here. We need to see convergence. US yen looks strong for a sell, but not valid in terms of a trade yet. It will probably form in the next couple of days. So down is this, heading for 147.85. US Canadian could be very close to a sell, traders, so look out for that. This supply zone is not in play yet, but it could be. If the price moves up into this area at 140, nice big round figure, and we get convergence with divergence, all the indicators that we use are leading indicators. These are telling us where the price is going next. We don't look for lagging indicators, don't forget that. And we can see that we have divergence in play before the convergence. So we do expect maybe in the next couple of days to actually see this price fall back down to 137.37. US Swiss, this was a continuation pattern, as you can see. We don't have convergence, but if the price this week comes up into your chart and you have a sell power of 74% or higher, this is very, very strong sell zone. So that being the case, if the dollar goes weak, we can expect this to come back down to 79.24. So that's the dollar pairs. So what I've done here, I've got the DX1, I've got all the majors below it now to make it easier to access. So we go into the yens now, and as we can see, we have a fantastic situation here with the yen futures, and the yen futures tells us this is going up pretty quickly and quite aggressively into next week. So what we can do and expect this to go up to here, so it can come up to that, back up to 69 quite easily. What that means in terms of the yen pairs, we are therefore looking for sells on the euro yen, pound yen, and so on. So if we have a look at the Swiss yen, this is setting up not perfectly because it's not ready yet, and there's no supply zone, so that's not something we'll be looking at. Now this is setting up nicely, but we don't have a sell power above 60. It may form in the next couple of days, so look out for that. So if yen futures goes up, this will drive this down. So we'll be heading back down to this area here, 172.50. But it's not valid yet, but could be valid as soon as Monday. So we'll keep an eye on that. Let's go down to the yens, pound yen. Yeah, this is looking red hot. So up it into 201.26, that kind of area is going to be a selling zone. Beautiful double top here into a very strong supply zone. So we're likely to see this form here. Now let's have a quick look at the daily chart just to get an idea and a flavour of what's going on here on the pound yen. We can see that this is an uptrend. Previously, it came down into this Fibonacci zone here. This is a Fibonacci zone on the advanced pro chart. So as it comes down into this area, it's highly likely to form another base. So what's happening here at the moment, we're seeing this drifting pretty much. And so we'll therefore likely to see it come down into this area again, maybe even deeper with the stronger yen futures. Before we see another bounce into the next few weeks. But shorts are certainly in order here. Canadian yen, we've got a long position on this, but okay, it could be temporary, but we can see that there is market structure here. It's bounced off this Fibonacci area. Let's go down to the 4-hour chart and see what's going on. And there you see it come down into some beautiful moves here, some great signals. And we can see that we have a continuation pattern here as well, which is a bonus because we've had 1, 2, 3 trades heading for 107.78. Aussie yen, again, don't forget, if the yen futures go strong, this goes short. So even though it has been a continuation to the upside in the short term to 98.23, we could see a reaction here, a complete rejection in actual fact. So that being the case, if that does get rejected at that point and our trade is valid, and it looks like it's going to be, then we could see this move back down to 96.53 or even down to 95.44. So that's the yens. So let's go into the miners. Just flicking through. I do this, I just flick through. It takes seconds to analyze these charts, literally seconds. So here we go, a nice move on the pound Canadian this week. Congratulations, 197 pips with a 4.48 risk to reward. So fantastic, congratulations. New Zealand Canadian. This is looking good in theory, but it's definitely not valid, is it? Because we have the divergence, we don't have the demand, even though it's a powerful buy signal. Congratulations on the Euro New Zealand this week. And this is what you're looking for. So you're looking for the price to come into a buy zone of 82%. Very, very strong. Very, very strong. Beautiful move with demand. And the price moved up, and it's a nice 424 pips. Pound New Zealand is looking red hot. This is the trade of the day. The market's not live, of course. It's the weekend. But nonetheless, this is something that we have everything in play. Divergence, tick. Convergence, tick. What convergence means is these two blocks are together. Okay, there's no gap there. So that's really important. So you can trade that as early as Monday. Target on this one is trade at your own risk, of course, 22735. Let's have a look at the daily just to get a perspective on that. Where is it? There it is. Oh, look, that looks beautiful. Beautiful. All right, so this is not a continuation pattern, of course. This is a reversal now. This would have been the continuation pattern here. Beautiful. We can see that on the 4 hour, just so you can see, but this is a beautiful double top. So we do expect this to be a correction back into 2300. But let's have a look at the 4 hour, just so you get a picture of that. There it is. There it is. Beautiful, isn't it? So, yeah, it looks like we've got a sell, but it's a correction down to 2300. So it could be a correction down to this area here. Just make sure that you've got 2 times risk to reward. And I will update VIP members. If you're in the paid group for the signals, 50 quid a month, then I will give you my live signals with entry, stop losses and targets. Have a wonderful weekend.